So today we're talking about the mark making tools used by Kyra Bermejo and also what she used to create those mark making tools, what she used to build them in the first place. So I've taken 5 minutes to quickly run around my house, have a little look at what grabbed my attention and what I thought could really make an interesting mark making tool. You are going to have completely different things in your house, and that's what makes this project so exciting. So all of us should be coming up with pretty unique different ideas for this project, and I can't wait to see what you guys build. These are my examples because I will be making my own mark making tool to show you the process. So I'll give you an idea of the sorts of things I was able to collect in those 5 minutes. I've got a sponge that has 2 different textures to it. So I've got this softer texture on the back, but we've also got that rough scouring pad texture. So I thought that would make quite an interesting mark making tool if I cut into it and change the shape from the original shape. Sponges on the whole are quite an interesting tool to paint with. I enjoy painting with sponges, and you can get specialist sponges that kind of look like paintbrushes. So the texture that they have works really well with a paint, or if you don't have paint at home and you decided to use food colouring, or you're going down the ketchup or barbecue sauce route, it's going to work really well with that sort of material. Next, I have got dental picks, the same as Kyra, so we can see what I can create with those as well. They're slightly different to the wooden ones that she used. They have a different texture, and I'll show you that up close later on. I was able to find some sticks of different widths and lengths, and I thought they would be quite interesting. I've got bubble wrap. Bubble wrap has a really interesting texture on the surface of it, but this in particular had really wiry, rough edges that I thought would make quite an interesting mark as well. I've got a bobby pin. I seem to have a lot of them hanging around my house, so I managed to find one and I could use that, the cold metal. On the metal side of things, I did find these odd little bits of DIY materials in little packets in my room, so I've opened that, and maybe there could be a combination of the two here going on. I've got a cork. I've got some leftover string from Christmas, which I thought would be quite interesting to try and make a really loose, rough sort of paintbrush, DIY paintbrush. Maybe I could have really long bits of string that are harder to control than a traditional paintbrush. And then I also managed to find some ribbon. So this is ribbon from the shoulders of clothes that all clothes seem to have somewhere on them and get really annoying, so I tend to cut these off, and I had some of this lying around my house as well, so I thought that might be quite an interesting addition to my mark making tool. So see what you're able to find in your house, think outside of the box. So what I was thinking of when I was looking for things was, firstly, what do I mind not getting covered in paint? There were plenty of things in my room that I thought would have made a really nice mark, but I didn't necessarily want to be dipping them in paint or in ketchup or food colouring. Next, I was thinking, what is going to be a unique mark that isn't going to just look like I've printed it or I've tried to make a paintbrush. I'm trying to make something that is unique and unconventional. So we will have used that word already, unconventional. I'm trying to create a mark that can only be created by my tool. So have a think of those things when you're looking around your house and see what you can come up with.